Hi, my name is Mary-Owen Holmes, and I'm here to talk to you about PBL in the social studies classroom. I've been teaching social studies for about 5 years. I have also taught reading and language arts, which led me to think about a lot of really cool cross-curricular activities that could be done between the social studies and the ELA classroom. In Tennessee, for 7th grade, our standards changed about 2 years ago. They went from world geography to world history. And over the past year, I've started noticing some really cool connections that could be made into PBL opportunities, particularly this one over the European explorers. Again, this project is for 7th grade social studies, but could be adapted for the high school classroom as they also cover world history. In the 7th grade in Tennessee, we start at about the year 400 AD, and we continue on through the 1700s in various parts of the world. This particular project is for the age of exploration, so we are looking at somewhere between the late 1400s through the 1600s, and this is going to encompass standards 7.64 through 7.75. This usually comes at the end of a year's study, and students will have prior knowledge of the Middle Ages and the Renaissance before beginning this PBL. This project kind of came about because I was thinking back on what my students had done last year. They were very curious about what a legacy was, as well as how heroes and villains throughout our history class had often looked very similar. They had had the same life experiences, they had had similar stories, and the kids wanted to know if we could use history as a way to determine what makes a hero and what makes a villain. Taking that conversation that the kids and I had, we decided that that could be a really cool project, and so we did something similar at the end of the year, and I've expanded upon it in this PBL. For the project, kids will be doing research. They also will be working on problem solving and critical thinking through trying to decide who is a hero and who is a villain, or if it is even that black and white. They also will be doing argumentative writing, and this is going to be a cross-curricular project with my ELA teachers, and they will also be participating in a debate in which the administration and community members will be invited to help coach the students. In the state of Tennessee, the age of exploration in 7th grade is from standards 7.64 through 775. This introduces students to Mesoamerican civilizations. Mesoamerica is Middle America, also known as Latin America. And in our unit of study, we also use that term to describe the Andean civilizations. So we are looking at the 4 main Mesoamerican groups of the Olmec, the Aztec, the Maya, and the Inca. We're going to look at them before Europe comes over, and then also we will synthesize information that we learned throughout the year with the cultural clashes and problems that are going to occur as Europe begins to explore. The main problem or essential question for this PBL is there a difference between what makes a hero and what makes a villain, and how can we differentiate between the two? Again, this is a question that my students last year asked over and over as we went around the world, so I thought it would be a great basis for a PBL opportunity for the upcoming school year. There are a lot of neighborhood, community, national, and global implications for this PBL. 2 main ones are problem solving and critical thinking. These are vital for preparing good citizens for our nation and for our world. It also will help students learn to synthesize their information that they learn throughout the year and within this unit and compare it to modern events. For example, the 2016 presidential election is coming up in November, and I have a lot of students who last year were asking why it was okay for presidential candidates to be name-calling and making a lot of broad accusations in the debates and in their ads. And I think that looking at the election through a historical lens would be a great way to compare current events. Additionally, a final implication for our students are the importance of digital literacy and etiquette. These are vital for helping our students prepare for college and career readiness so that they have some post-secondary success. To give you an overview of the PBL process, on day 1, I will introduce the PBL as well as talk about European exploration. We'll do some brainstorming on how we think this is going to go, as well as think about what has happened in other units as Europe, Asia, particularly China and Japan, in the Middle East, as well as Northern Africa and the African trading kingdoms, how they all came into contact with each other in the conflicts, both cultural and religious, that are going to occur. Days 2 through 5, students will be assigned randomly a European explorer as either a hero or a villain. They will spend some time researching, both online and in the library, their explorer, and start putting together their information into the hero or villain category. Additionally, my ELA teachers will be helping the students work on their argumentative research papers. Again, this is a Common Core writing standard for middle school, so students will need to put together an argumentative position paper for their explorer. Days 6 through 8, students will still be working on their cross-curricular argumentative paper in their ELA classes, but they also will be spending time in social studies, crafting debate arguments, and helping create our debate rubric. Since students will be participating in the debates, I think it's important for them to spend some time thinking about the rubric and how they're going to be graded and what we should be looking for when we are scoring the students. On days 6 through 8, I will invite the administration, other teachers if they have time, as well as any community members who would be interested in helping coach the students. They could provide feedback and advice on how to position their arguments and to make their positions stronger. And the final part of the project are days 9 through 14. This is when the class debates will take place. Times for these will be assigned randomly, so all students have had the equal amount of time to prepare. And the question they will be debating is, should the European explorers, specifically the one which they have researched, be remembered as a hero or a villain? The explorers chosen for this project are Christopher Columbus, Francisco Pizarro, Hernan Cortez, Ferdinand Magellan, Bartolomeo Diaz, Vasco da Gama, and more as needed. Again, each man will be studied from the position of a hero, and then another group will have that person as a villain. More explorers will be added as needed. My class sizes are a little bit larger this year, so it is possible that I will need more than 12 groups. We are looking at exploration from the view of Europe, as most of the time Europe is the one who is seen as the conqueror, the winner, if you will, of a lot of the exploration. So I think it's important for the students to kind of see the Europeans and debate if they are the heroes or the villains. During the class debates, students will have pre-prepared an argumentative debate over their explorer. Again, the explorers were randomly chosen and will be assigned both sides of the argument. The student groups had time in class to prepare and practice their debates in conjunction with the argumentative paper that they wrote in their ELA classes. The teacher will float as a facilitator around the class with the groups and will also invite community members to help coach the students. Debates will take place during class time, and they also could potentially take place in the evening if parents and community members are willing to come out. They will be graded with the class-created rubric. Administrators, other teachers, and community members are invited to help score the debates as well as provide feedback to students on their public speaking skills and how they can improve. Throughout this PBL, students are encouraged to look at current events and blend that with their prior knowledge and concepts that they're learned throughout the year. I think this is very important for our 7th graders, as a lot of our 7th graders, by the time the 2020 election rolls around, will be either almost 18 or will be of voting age. So I think it is really important for them to take a look at who has come in the past and how they can help influence their future. Next, digital literacy and etiquette, public speaking, argumentative writing. These are important college and career readiness skills. They also are important 21st century skills that are going to ensure our students are prepared for post-secondary opportunities. And in conclusion, I think social studies is a great way to incorporate some of these cross-curricular PBL opportunities, and I look forward to helping my students plan more of these opportunities in the future. and hopefully can share them with you all.